Welcome to another session in the Transforming Assessment webinar series. This session will be about encouraging student action on feedback. The presenter today is Stuart Hepplestone from Sheffield, Hallam University in the UK. The session was recorded on the 2nd of November 2010 and the duration is approximately 43 minutes. I'll now hand you over to our presenters.
Thank you, Jeff. Okay, my name is Stuart Hepplestone, as Jeff has mentioned, and I work in the Learning and Teaching Institute at Sheffield Hallam University in the UK. My role is to promote and support the use of technology in the assessment and feedback process. Before I continue with the webinar, I thought it might just be of interest to you just to give you a little bit of a context about the university. Sheffield Hallam University is the sixth largest university in the United Kingdom, with 38,000 students and 4,000 academic staff. We consistently strive to enhance the student experience by placing the student voice at the heart of the development agenda. Our challenge is to collect rich and meaningful data to inform policy and strategic developments in the learning agenda. This webinar focuses on how the university is exploiting the use of technology, not just in improving the efficiency of feedback, but also in encouraging student engagement with feedback. This webinar will focus on the findings of a research project undertaken at Sheffield Hallam University called Technology Feedback Action: The Impact of Technology upon Students' Engagement with their Feedback. I will begin by outlining the aims of the project, followed by the method. I will then discuss the key literature, share the findings from the project, and put forward some recommendations in relation to practice. As a clarifying point, this webinar will use the term module to mean an individual unit or course of study. Sheffield Hallam University explored the potential of technology-enabled feedback to improve student learning. The project aimed to evaluate how a range of technical interventions might encourage students to engage with feedback and formulate actions to improve future learning. We were interested in evaluating both the logistical and learning benefits of online publication of feedback and grades via the Blackboard Grade Centre. Sheffield Hallam University promotes a widespread and consistent adoption of the Blackboard Grade Centre as a primary tool for publication of grades and feedback, in order to enable students to easily track progress and see how performance on different assessment tasks builds to an overall profile for the module. Grades and feedback are presented alongside learning materials, enabling in-context feedback, and feedback is returned to students more directly and efficiently. We were also interested in exploring the benefits of adaptive release of grades. A customised assignment handler extension has been developed to support effective feedback online. Assignment Handler enables adaptive release of grades, encouraging students to engage with written feedback and identify key learning points in order to activate the release of their grade. The key learning points can then be linked into their personal development planning. I will try and give a brief demonstration of how this looks. This slide here demonstrates the student view of the Grade Centre or the My Grades tool. And as you can see, in the grade column for the project appraisal assignments, the students don't actually see their marks at this stage. They're just informed that they have feedback. If they click on the feedback link, it will open a page where students can see details of their assessment, which would include details of the assessment brief, the work that they submitted, and it will also include any feedback that the tutor or instructor has provided for the student. There is no grade visible at this point. Students are encouraged to enter a reflective text or action plan based on their feedback in the comments box at the bottom of the screen. Only on submission of their action plan or reflective text is their grade now released to them, as you can see in this confirmation message that the students receive. And once I go back to my grade, the students can see that feedback has now been replaced by a grade.
Stuart, do you mind if I just ask questions as we go along here?
Please do, Jeff, please.
Okay, thank you. So is this a building block for Blackboard?
It is a building block that now Blackboard have made available. We initially got Blackboard to build this for us, and obviously we thought at the time it would just meet our particular assessment and feedback needs. But since talking to other institutions, it would appear that our processes are quite similar to their processes, and as such, Blackboard have now made this available to the Blackboard community.
Oh, okay, thanks very much. No, that's really interesting. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to confirm that that's what it was.
That's fine. Thank you very much. And the final intervention we were keen to explore was the notion of linking feedback to assessment criteria. Sheffield University has explored the use of an electronic feedback wizard that generates feedback aligned with assessment criteria. Individual feedback documents for an entire student cohort can be generated. Each document includes an assignment-specific feedback template containing a matrix of assessment criteria and feedback statements, along with other comments written individually for the student. I have a slide that demonstrates what one of these documents looks like. I apologise for the size on the screen, but I'll just explain what's on this particular feedback document that the feedback wizard generates. At the top table gives information about the student, the assignment, and details of the marker. The second table, down the left-hand side column, lists all the particular assessment criteria. The second column indicates what particular university classification boundary the student has achieved in relation to that criteria. And the final column is a feedback column, which is populated by a generic feedback statement, which has been entered prior to the marking. The bottom table is individual comments that can be entered for each student individually. And overall, we hope that the project will contribute to the understanding and future development of technology-enabled feedback. The research project began with a detailed desk-based literature review regarding good feedback practice, with specific regard to the application of technology to support both delivery and the use of feedback. The literature review has been made available via the UK Higher Education Academy EvidenceNet Wiki, and you can read and comment on our literature review at the URL demonstrated on screen.